Hello friends, welcome back to Code Explorer again. Here I am Pavitra Banerjee with you, and you are watching this video as a part of our Mastering DSA using Python playlist, and this is going to be our third video. In this video we are going to discuss about operators in Python. But before we dive into the nitty-gritty of each operator type, let's take a moment to understand what operators are all about. You see, in Python and in programming in general, operators are like the tools in our coding toolkit. They help us perform various operations on our data. Now you might be wondering, what kinds of operation are we talking about? Well, my friend, hurry up, because we have got quite the lineup. I have made a presentation for you, and I will share the download link of this file in the description box. You can download this file and read this in future. So now just focus on understanding the topic. No need to waste your time by creating notes of this now. Okay, I will share notes with you at the end of this video. Now let me tell you one thing, that if you are first time in this channel, then please subscribe this channel, and if this video helps you to understand this topic, then please like the video and also share this with your friend, thus they can also get benefit of this playlist. And please leave a comment for me, that what do you think about this video and how can I improve. Okay, and now come back to our topic again and take a look to this presentation. Here you can see that present operators in Python. So what are operators? As I have already told you, that operators can be defined as symbols that are used to perform operations on operands. On the other words, we can say that these are tokens that trigger some computation or action when applied to variables or other objects. Okay, so here we have types of operators. That means what types of operators we have in Python basically. So here you can see that arithmetic operators, these are the ones we use for basic mathematics like addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and then these other three, I think you don't have any idea about that if you are beginner in this programming, and if you are learning Python as your first programming language. Then here we have this modulus operator, this exponential operator, and this float division operator. Okay, whatever you are crunching numbers or manipulating variables, these operators have got you covered as well. Okay, now we have relational operators. Now these are the ones as we use for comparison basically, like greater than, less than, greater than or equals to, less than or equal to, not, and equal and not, not equals to, and these types of things basically. These perfects are making decisions in our code based on the values of our variables. Okay, now we have assignment operators. This one is a bit straightforward. It's simply the equal signs. Okay, these single equal signs basically. But don't let the simplicity fool you. This operator is crucial for assigning values to variables and keeping our code organized. Okay, now we have these logical operators. Think of these as the connections of our code: and, or, and not. Okay, they help us combine conditions and make our code more dynamic and responsive to different scenarios as well. Okay, now we have bitwise operators. Now we are getting into some advanced territorial of operators in Python. These operators manipulate the individual bits of numbers. Okay, these by bitwise and, bitwise or, bitwise or operators. Okay, now we have membership operators. These operators helps us check if a value present in a sequence or not, using the helps of this in and not in operator. Okay, now we have identity operator. These operators helps us to compare the memory locations of two objects, is and is not. Okay, this is useful for checking if two variables are actually pointing to the same thing in memory or not. Then we have shift operators. Here we have these left shift operators, then we have right shift operators. There are basically these two types of shift operators. And then we have arithmetic assignment operators, which are a shorthand notation. Here you can get these division equals to, plus equals to, minus equals to, modulus equals to, exponential equals to, float division equals to, multiplication equals to. Basically these are the operators combines of arithmetical operators and these assignment operators. Why are these important? We will discuss about them in the next video. Okay, today we are diving deep into the fascinating world of Python operators, focusing on four key types of operators, which are arithmetic operators, relational operators, assignment operators, and logical operators. Today we are going to discuss about these four operators, and in the next video we will discuss about rest of these operators as well. Okay, so hurry up because we are about to embark a exciting journey into the heart of Python's computational powers. Okay, so here we have arithmetical operators. Let's start with the basics. Arithmetical operators are used to perform arithmetical operations like addition, multiplication, division, subtractions, and many more. These are the bread and butter of mathematical operators in Python. Here I have already told you that we have addition operators perform additions of two number. Then we have subtraction operator perform subtraction of two number. Division operator perform division of two number. Multiplication operator perform multiplication of two number. Okay, I think you know all of these four operators. But here if you are a beginner in programming, then you will get this modulus, this float division, and this exponential operator for the first time. Okay, so let me tell you that what basically these do. So these modulus operators returns the remainder of two numbers. What is remainder? If when we divide two numbers at that time, there remains some remainder. So these modulus operators returns the remainder for us. Okay, now we have float division. Remove digits after the decimal points. So let's suppose we have two numbers, we are dividing two numbers, and for that reason we are getting some four types of numbers, basically some decimal types of numbers. So this float division operator will remove the decimal part and it will rounded up the and it will return the rounded value basically to us. Okay, this is the things of this main float division operator. And then we have exponential operators to perform raise to power. So okay, so basically to calculate the to the power operators, we can use this exponential operator in Python. We will discuss about them and we will take a look at how basically this works when we will write codes in our VS Code. Okay, so now we have relational operators. Okay, so these relational operators are also known as comparison operators. These nifty little symbols allows us to compare values and determine relationships between them. We have got greater than, less than, greater than equals to, less than or equals to, equal to, and not equal to. Okay, here you can see that we have basically these six operators here. This equals to return true if a value is equals to a equals to b. Not equal, return true if a is not equals to b. Greater than, return true if a is greater than b. Greater than or equal to, return true if a is greater than b or a is equals to b. Okay, then we have this less than operator, return true if a is less than b. And then we have less than or equal to operator, return true if a is less than b or a is equals to b. Okay, so here we have these six types of relational operators. Okay, so let me tell you one thing which you should keep in mind, that for relational operators all the values we get in our terminal will be the boolean values. If you have already programming experience in C or C++ or Java types of language, then there you have got boolean values like 0 and 1, where you know that 0 denotes false and 1 denotes true. Okay, so for Python we will directly get false and true basically. Okay, now comes to the assignment operators. Okay, This is used to assign values to the variables. Okay. And the humble equal signs basically is concentrate of variable assignment in Python. This assigns values from the right side operands to the left side operands. That means here A is the variable name and B is the value of this variable. Okay, and these assignment operators is assigning the value. Okay, and then we have operators, logical operators. Last for today's topic but not least, we have logical operators today. These are the gatekeepers of conditional logic in Python basically, with and, or, and not operators. We can seamlessly combine and manipulate boolean values to control the flow of our code using these operators. Whether you are building complex decision making structures or implementing conditional statements, these operators are indispensable tools in our coding toolkit. Okay, so by mastering these fundamental operators, you will gain a deeper understanding of Python's expressive power and unlock new possibilities in your coding endeavors. So grab your favorite beverage, settle in, and let's explore the arithmetical, relational, assignment, and logical operators in Python together. Okay, so let us move to this VS Code here. Here I was trying to do something. I have already recorded this video for the first time, but due to some problem the recorder doesn't happen, so I have to write from scratch again. So here I have created a operators.1.py file for now. So here first we are going to talk about arithmetical operations, operators. Okay, so first I am going to print arithmetical operators. Okay, now I will create two variables first. Okay, so let's suppose create variable a, and now you can see that we are using this single equal sign, which is our assignment operator. Okay, now I am going to assign the value of 10 to this variable a, and now then I will create another variable which is b, and I will assign value 5 to this. Okay, now we will perform our basics for mathematical arithmetical operators upon these operands. So let's try. So print a plus b, then I will print a minus b, then I will print a multiplies by b, and then I will print a divisible by b. Okay, now using this code runner extension I am going to run this code. So as you can see that a plus b, which is 10 plus 5, is equals to 15, comes here. A minus b, which is 10 minus 5, is equal to 5, comes here. A multiplies by b, which is 10 multiplies by 5, which is 50, also comes here. And here you can see that 10 divided by 5, which is 2, comes here also as well, but by default it's coming as float data type. Okay, so we will learn how to typecast. We will discuss about all of these things, that what is float, what is integer, what is other stuff. We will discuss about all of them in our data types video, which I will cover in the video number 5, because this is our third video, and in the fourth video we will discuss about the rest of the operators in Python, and in the fifth video we will discuss about data types. Okay, so don't need to furious about that as well for now. Now we will perform the three remaining operators in arithmetical operators. Okay, so for that I am going to create two another variables. Let's suppose c is equal to, let's suppose 7, and let's suppose d is equal to 2. Now we are going to print the modulus. What the modulus means? Modulus means the remainder. The modulus operators returns the remainder basically. Now print Okay, let me first print the divisible value of c divided by 2, which will be 3.5. For now you can guess. Now we will print the 4 division value. Okay, now we will print the exponential value. Okay, now we are going to run this. So here you can see that c modulus d is returning us 1, because when we divide 7 by 2, 1 remains the remainder, so this operator is returning us 1. Then 7 divided by 2, which is 3.5, it's also returning us the correct value. And then it's the magic of this 4 division operator, which rounded up the value. Here this 3.5 comes into this 4 division operators and it becomes 3, because these 4 division operators basically remove the decimal portion and it makes the number round. Okay, I think you got the point. And then we are getting these exponential operators, which is for basically to the power operator, you can say as well, which is 7 to the power 2, which means 7 square. That's mean 7 square is basically 49. So it's returning us perfectly. Okay, now we are going to talk about logical operators. Okay, so let me create a comment. Logical operators. Then I am going to print logical operators. Okay, it will help us to break in portion. So what are logical operators? So what types of logical operators we will use? Let me show you here. Okay, let me create this. Let me split my screen, and here you can see that we have these 6. Okay, we are talking about logical operators right now. No, we'll talk about relational operators now first. Okay, so we will talk about relational operators now. So as I have already told you that what are basically our relational operators. So we have relational operators, also known as comparison operators. These nifty little symbols allows us to compare values and determine relationship between them. Here we have these 6 symbols, so we will try to use them practically. So here I am going to create 2 more variables. Let's suppose e, which will contain 2 values. Okay, so 10, and let's suppose we have f, which is 15, let's suppose. Okay, now we will try to use these 6 logical relational operators. So now we were going to print all of them. So we are going to print if e equals to f. Then we are going to print if e is not equals to f. Okay, now we are going to print that if our e is greater than f, then we will print if our e is greater than or equals to f, then we will print if e is less than or equals to f, and then finally we will print if e is less than f. Okay, we will try to print all of them statements. So let's run this code. Here you can see that the first operator, which is e is equal to f, returns us false. Why false? Because 10 is not equals to 15, so it returns us false simply. and then if E is not equals to F, it's obviously 10 is not equals to 15, so it's returning us true. Okay, now if E is greater than F, no, 10 is not greater than 15, so it's returning us false. Then we are also checking that if E is greater than or equals to F, that means if 10 is greater than or equals to 15, that means it's also false as well. And then we have E is less than or equal to F. Yes, it is, because 10 is less than 15, so it's returning us true. And as I have already told that E is less than equals to F, that means 10 is less than equals to 15, that means it's true as well. Okay, so I think you have got that how we can use our relational operators in our code. Okay, and now comes to our assignment operators, which used to assign values to the variables, which I have already told you that all these single equal sign we were using till now assigns value from right side operands to the left side operands. Okay, this is our assignment operators. Okay, and now we have this logical operators. Now we will use our logical operators. So first I am going to create another comment, which is logical operators. So first I am going to print that. Okay, so logical operators. So here you can see that we have only three logical operators, which is and, or, and not. Okay, so this returns true if both conditions are true. Okay, you have to keep in mind that we use and if all of the statements are true. Okay, so then we have or operators. It returns true if either one or both conditions are true. That means maybe one condition may be false or another one is true. At that time true will be prioritized and true will be printed. And then we have this not operator, which reverses the condition. That means if the output should come true, it will return us false, and vice versa. Okay, so let us check that how it works. So let's suppose I am creating three variables. Let me create three variables. EF I have created. So G, let's suppose 10, let's suppose H is equal to 20, and I, let's suppose 10 as well again. Okay, so how we can use that? So we will use this like that. So let us print that if G is equal to H, so we will check that, and then we will use this logical AND operator, and then we will check that if H is equals to I or not. Okay, so run this code. Here you can see that we are getting false because 10 is not equals to 20 and 20 is not equals to 10, so it's returning us false. But what if that if we print one statement true, like G is equals to I and H is equals to G? Let for this reason what will be the output? For this false will be the output again, because maybe G and I are same, that means 10 10, but H is not equals to G, that means 10 is not equals to 20, so it is returning as false. Okay, what if that we create another variable which is J and it's 20 now? So now what if we try to print G is equal to I and H is equal to J? What will the output at that time? At that time it comes true, because both the operands are true now. Okay, because 10 is equals to 10, it's obviously true, and 20 is equals to 20, it's obviously true. At that time it's returning us true. That means this logical AND operator returns the true value if both conditions are true at that time. Okay, now we will discuss about logical OR operator. So I will simply use here print uh, G is equal to H, or H is equal to J. Okay, so let me print this first. Yes, it's returning as true, but before that I want to print another false statement, which will be G is equal to H and I is equal to J. At that time you can guess that 10 is not equal to 20 and I is or J are not equal, so at that time both the operands are false. That means it should return as false, but we have to use the binary or logical OR operator at that time. So here you can get that we are getting false, as I told you. Now we will use that by logical NOT operator. So we were using print statement and then we will use this NOT operator. What NOT? That means, let's suppose G is equal to H. We will print this. What should be the value of G is equal to H? It should be false. Okay, so before that I am going to print the value of G is equal to H for you. Okay, so now let's check. Here you can check that G is equal to H is returning as false, but not G is equal to H is returning as true, because it's reverse the condition. If it's true, then it will return as false, and if it's false, then it will return as true. Okay, so here I think I have discussed all of them in details, like arithmetical operators, relational operators, assignment operators and logical operators, and I will discuss about the rest of the operators like bitwise operators, membership operators, identify operators, shift operators and arithmetic assignment operators in this next video. Okay, so stay tuned for more content like this, and if this video helps you, then please hit the like button and please subscribe this channel, and also don't forget to share this video with your friends. Okay, so that's it for today's video. I will meet you in the next video. Till then, stay safe and happy coding.